Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. My name is Avery Watson, and I represent the defendant, Peter Jones. You've been called upon here to decide whether Peter is guilty of assault while hunting. The prosecution wants you to believe that Peter acted with intent to cause harm. But the law requires more than harm. It requires proof of intent beyond a reasonable doubt, and the evidence in this case will show no intent because there was none. Now let's begin with the law itself. Assault is not established simply because someone was hurt. For an act to rise to the level of criminal assault, there must be intent, which is a deliberate act of causing harm. Without intent, a charge cannot stand. Now, let's turn to what the evidence will demonstrate. The facts will show that Peter followed ordinary hunting practices as a lawful hunter. He was not reckless, nor was he hostile. The prosecution may suggest negligence or carelessness, but even if that's true, negligence is not intent. This difference matters, and it draws the line between separating an accident from a crime. Finally, now let's consider the state's burden. They must prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Peter intended to assault another person. This is not a suggestion, not a possibility, but proof to the highest legal standard that we have. When you weigh the testimony and the evidence of this case, you will find uncertainty, unanswered questions, and an absence of intent. And when there is doubt, the law requires a verdict of not guilty. So, as you listen to the witnesses and examine the evidence of this case, please remember this. The question before you is not whether harm occurred, but whether Peter intended to cause that harm. The law demands proof of intent beyond a reasonable doubt. The state cannot meet that burden because Peter did not act with intent. And at the end of this trial, the only just conclusion will be to find him not guilty.